presentation. And we wouldn't stick, we will jump right in. And Laura Ann, are you ready for me?
Yes, I can begin. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Mutu?
Yes, Ms. Francis.
Okay, so you are on today, right? Yeah. Right.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nora Ann Alloy. Just a brief bit about myself. I'm 55, I'm aging myself. 54-year-old mother of five adult children, grandmother of 2. I work at a birth center here in Trinidad. It's the only one of its kind in the region, and the administrator is, and as well, I'm a birth doula. So I basically offer support to women in labor, informational, physical, and whatever else they may need during labor. A friend of mine actually introduced me to the course, but it was supposed to be aromatherapy, but it didn't fit in with my schedule and so forth. And I came across the jewelry making, and I got an instant flashback to when I was a little child in my grandmother's haberdashery or variety store in San Juan. She used to make covered buttons and buckles and belts and that sort of thing. Dressmakers would come to her, and women who wanted to go to weddings or christenings, that sort of thing. And she would make beautiful bits of jewelry for them, or hair combs, and she put little flowers in baby's breath. And I used to just watch and share amazement of what she used to create. Never once even asking, like, Granny, can you show me? I just thought it was out of my league. So here I am at 54 with this opportunity. So it was well timed. I'm getting a little emotional because I'm thinking of my granny Baron. So let's begin. These are just some snapshots of the various things that I, was able to create during these sessions. We learned about, the basic tips of, your health and safety, wire techniques. I won't go into too much detail, but just the terminology, your findings. What are findings? What's your stringing material? Are you using monofilament cord, stretch cord, wax cord, beading thread, your endings? I don't think I could fully appreciate the various endings, your clasp, your crimp, all the little bits that really finish your jewelry pieces. I have to admit that now when I go like to upmarket or green market and I'm looking at, there's so many jewelry vendors, I am now looking at how are they ending off. Can I see that little piece of, stretchy cord peeping through? Did they, what sort of material, what beads are they using? Does it fall properly? Is it the right size? The beads that are out there, I mean, I use that term, the possibilities are endless. So these are the various tools. Who would have thought that, a 2-inch, 3-inch nail, you can make jump rings, or you can make eye pins with a piece of wire and, around those plier. Just so amazing. And I keep hearing Francis when she says, once you have wire, you can make things, even if you don't have an ending, you don't have this or a particular component, you can, make so many bits to create your jewelry pieces. So these are my attempts at, eye pins in the beginning. The one on the left-hand side here is a store-bought one. And every time I make an eye pin, I remember, not a hockey stick. It has to be a tennis racket. Make sure it sits on the top. So lots of tips again that Ms. Francis, I know I'm going to hear your voice for quite a while. So these were the first set of earrings that we made, linear earrings. I think I was so excited when I was just able to put some beads together, use an air hook, and like, oh my God, I created something, the sheer joy. And then, hoops. I'm not one that likes the traditional hoops, so I love that I was able to create a hoop like this using an air wire. And again, who would have thought that a piece of 3/4 inch PVC pipe can help you make jewelry. So these chandelier earrings, I'm one that I usually don't like long earrings, but I must say during this course, I have been trying things that I normally would have said, that's not my style. So the picture on the left-hand side, I could not get the chandelier component, excuse my spelling right there. But there was this 3-hole connector, which I used, and it did give that chandelier effect. But it's so awesome that once we were taught how to, create that 4-leaf clover, that now we can make our own chandelier earring. Sorry, I just took a sip of water. Do note, Miss Francis, at the bottom there, those are not loops. Those are what I attempted to hammer down to make an end on that icon. Or paper beads. I really love that, with paper, bits of paper, not necessarily lying on the floor, but that you can create beads that can be incorporated into any piece of jewelry that you desire. So that's just a little photo there of, how it all begins with your cutting your paper, your measurements, your toothpick, preparing your paper, your ruler, your glue, and your nail polish, just to start, and you can just make some beautiful pieces. I enjoyed, knowing how to dry those beads, how to prepare them, and I love that wax, dipping in wax, because I also got to smell my candle. Oh, the pillow beads, folding that, and then just seeing, oh, it poops up and it's a pillow. So that in itself is the shape, and then the design of when you folded that paper. Don't laugh at my teardrop beads to the extreme right. Pay attention to your measurements. I don't know what I was doing, if I could use millimeters and then it became inches, but afterwards I kind of like that long teardrop. And then I incorporated, the originally sized teardrop into that pillow bead earring. These are examples of some of the paper beads that I made, and just going through magazines and just the designs, and now paying attention that you may have a particular idea in mind. So now you're looking for the type of paper that you would want. In this one up here, those little brown beads was actually from a brown paper bag, and I screamed in delight because it's like, oh my god, a plain brown paper bag, and I can make a brown bead. So bracelets and anklets, so good, that you're not going willy-nilly or bike into making pieces of jewelry, but that what are the average sizes for women's bracelets, men's bracelets, even, children, and what might be the best, stringing to use depending on the piece of jewelry that you're creating. If it is you're making for, for sale, that, okay, then you want one size fits most, so then, okay, you might do 4 bracelets with sliding knots, or adjustable closures, or you may do a stretchy bracelet, or a cup bracelet. Just some little bits that Ms. Francis sort of shared with us, that when you're using, say, a bar and toggle, to use an additional jump ring for the bar aspect of it. That tiger tail kinks easily. I've experienced it, shame to say, more than once. Arrange a focal point and then string from either side. Again, not paying attention, and you go, oh, when you do that, you go either side, and it's easy to fix, your design. And I have used a crib bead because only today my wire guard that I ordered maybe 4 weeks ago finally arrived. If you're using that crib bead on either side of your material, where we have been taught, to add additional inches to allow for tie off. I mean, you're not using a lot, but to just factor in that you're snipping away from, your original length of material. So bracelet styles. This is a basic stretchy bracelet. This is using stretchy bracelets to do a stacking style. The bracelet below here, I made it because I had those chandelier earrings, and I was like, oh, it would be so cool to be able to make a bracelet to match, to match those. So I used that one with monofilament line, the bead tips, and again, another amazing tip that Ms. Francis gave. Tying, using that space between your fingernail and your finger, just to be able to thread that threaded material through, has been, when I say, a lifesaver. All right, so even when you're making your bracelets and your anklets and your other, even necklaces, to pay attention to your measurements. So even though you're making a 7-inch bracelet, be mindful that when you now add in your findings, your jump ring, your clasp, whatever, it can extend the piece that you're making. So ensure that inclusive of those endings, that is part of the measurement of your jewelry. This is the linking style, where you're making the loops on either side of your bead, and then interconnecting those beads to form your bracelet. Of course, I made a little pair of earrings to go with it. Again, you see where Ms. Francis, taught us how, once you have wire, there you go. I made my own hook and eye using, 20 gauge wire. So the hook is basically following the same process as what we learned to make an air wire. And then the eye part of it is that figure 8 or infinity symbol. Well, I enjoyed this one, even though I was telling myself to be wrap, 3 times, around and make sure that it's consistent. But I like this particular style, and somehow it just gave it, well, at least for the beads, a little dainty look. And I love that I was able to add those little dangles with other beads. In there, you should see where Miss Francis taught us how to wrap a viole, and I, again, dissected a necklace, and I found one. I was like, I have an opportunity to try it. The memory cup. This is a good bracelet when you're not sure about somebody's, maybe wrist size, and memory wire. You cut several coils and then you stack them to the desired effect that you would like. Please note, do use a memory wire cutter and not your beautiful pair of flush cutters or side cutters. It just won't work. It will just damage your tool. And then once you've completed your various coils, you can use whatever beads you want, size, shapes. Then you make this pin that anchors it all, all together. And then this bit here, you can make this bit as decorative as well. My attempt at an asymmetrical necklace, and this was done just before was it Republic Day, and to be honest, didn't even think that it was just the beads that I had at at the time. It was quite, when I say quite interesting, just again to pay attention that the whole point of an asymmetrical necklace is to use bigger beads and to have it all on one side to make it sort of top heavy. My attempt at a cluster necklace. So I have to admit these long beads here and beads in between here are actually plastic beads. These are pearl beads up here, again from a necklace I dissected. So this was my version of a cluster necklace, and of course I love the little beads in between it too. It was like like a bunch of grapes. You can make an ugly bead look good. I love that. And there you go again, using wire, you make your coils, your spirals, make them now, you flip them over into an S shape, then you have your pin, and look at that, you can cage it. I'll give the best caging, but the whole idea is that you can, whether you want to embellish it and make it look good and the bead is fine, or if you do have a not so, good looking bead, that you can, make her look quite pretty. Wire wrapping sea glass. Now I did not have a piece of sea glass. This is a piece of a plastic bead, and if you can see in the middle there, it's actually a drilled bead, but the whole intent is to practice wire wrapping on that sort of shape, and you use for wire wrapping 20 gauge wire. And there, this knot, that one was interesting. My hands were going all over the place, but so good to learn this technique. For individuals, I do have a certain amount of allergies as well, or for individuals who don't want to wear a chain and don't want to have to manage with a clasp and all of that, or you're going to the beach even, and you don't want to damage your jewelry. This is a really neat, to me, a neat way to wear a necklace. I don't have images here for the springs that Miss Francis showed us how to use, but in one of my pieces today, I incorporated that particular coil and how to end up using the foil and then making your hook. These are some of the connections that I made. I did not do all of them, but the 4-leaf clover, I can't find these look like little humans, the head and then the body. Using that now, placing one on top of the other to give you a little fancier effect. I don't have an image for my 3-strand necklace. I've attempted, and hate to admit that I did not complete it, but basically, you use this 3-hole spacer, or as Ms. Francis showed us, you can use the chandelier component. You use your 25-pound monofilament line for that hanging effect, because you do want to have just to see that and not use your tiger tail, which will give it a more straightened or tighter look. And these are the measurements that you would use to make a 3-strand necklace. However, bearing in mind that when you do complete it, that the measurement may be a little different when you finally end your piece. So I'd like to say thank you, first of all, to the Ministry of Sport and Community Development for this opportunity and allowing this to be open for so many of us to, you know, learn either for self-development or go out there to earn an income, to supplement an income. Ms. John Francis, I thank you so much. You've always been so very say, gracious in your, you know, your responses, and you know, it's your amazing little tips, and even around the environment when you're talking about the sprays. So you know, you might be thinking in jewelry making, but it's being mindful that you know, even things that you do can affect the environment. And Ms. Precious Anna, thank you so much for ensuring that the camera is always on and fixed so that we can see what Ms. Francis is doing, and Ms. Mutu and Ms. Noel, and all those working behind the scenes that we don't see, but allowing us to be able to take part in this course. Thank you.
Okay, Laura, and so you're going to give us the final piece now?
Yes, I am. Let me just start the video.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so can you see me?
Yes, Laura, and I'm seeing you.
Okay, great. So you know, with the borders closed and everybody getting antsy, I have an aunt in Australia, and that's not really her name. Couldn't wait to leave the country, so she wanted to go to an all-inclusive resort. So she heard I was doing this jewelry course, and she said, "Oh gosh, could you make me a little piece? But you know, I don't like big and chunky. You know, I like silver tone and that sort of thing." So I created something here for her, not big and chunky. I don't know if you can see it, but these are 10mm round sort of shell-like beads. Then these are some glass beads in between. And in here, I incorporated my paper beads, a few, well, 4 pearls or fake pearls, even though she said silver tone, and I linked in between to get so that there's some more, you know, silver within the design. I did incorporate into the hook to over one component being gold tone and the other silver tone, just to mix it up a little bit. And then, you know, if you wanted to wear the jewelry with, you know, other earrings that were gold tone, then that should be fine. I did use my paper beads here, so that is the teardrops, so that is sort of the focal point. I did use tiger tail. I used a wire guard and a crimp bead cover. So that is Aunt Cecilia's necklace. And I have to adjust a little bit. So here, there we go. So these are her earrings. Again, I use the round white beads, the glass bead, and the dangles at the bottom, 2 of my paper beads. This is one of the bracelets that she can use using the stretchy cord. Focal point here is some paper beads, the white beads here. And this around this lovely lady's waist is not actually a belt, but it is one of those bracelets with a little charm design. So she can either stack both of these, or if it is she just wanted to wear one over the other. So I incorporated my paper beads and that linking method. I did do those figure 8s, again overlapping gold tone over silver tone. So that is it. But oh yeah, for the resort wear female, so of course now Uncle Andy here, and you've made jewelry and things, so can you make something for me as well? So Uncle Andy likes he likes crystals. So I chose this particular one. It's called a leopard skin jasper. I like that it had that mahogany color in it. So this is where I use those that spring that Miss Francis showed us how to use. So I used it there just to add a little more, you know, definition and design here. And I wire wrapped the crystal, and of course, yeah, lots of little lightning bolts. I finished off at the back. And Miss Francis, you get a picture of it. I finished it off at the back using the same coil and that pesky little coil over to try and get that wire back into the coil, and then sort of an S-shaped hook attached with jump rings. And then the bracelet. So in Aunt Azalea's necklace, she had these glass beads, and one of them actually had a little mahogany fleck in it. And because I was using these mahogany cylindrical beads, I just thought it would be a nice effect to pick up on that. In between here are my little paper bag beads. So Uncle Andy has a set that he can wear either when he's out with Aunt Azalia or not. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura Ann.
You're welcome.
And next we have Marina Joseph. Share. Okay, well, Marina isn't here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, cool. So you can begin.
Okay. Can you tell me if you see in my screen?
Yes, Mariana, I'm seeing your screen and I'm hearing it.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mariana Joseph, and today I'll be presenting what I did throughout the course. The reason I am doing this course is because I love jewelry and I am interested to learn how to make them myself. In addition, with more practice and dedication, I would like to utilize this skill as a means of earning an income. Prior to this course, I had no experience how to make jewelry. I only wear them. In this course, I was able to grasp some of the basic techniques and concepts, and I would use them to make jewelry in the future. These are some of the earrings that I learned to make during the course. Paper beads, I still have a lot more practice to do. It was very challenging, but I am still trying. Hoops and some dangles and a simple earring with connected by jumping rings. I love pearls, so I use pearls in some of the earrings that I make, and the one further to the right is a little earring with wire wrapping. For bracelets, I did a charm bracelet with wire wrapping. I used 20 gauge wire with purple and black glass beads and some charms. I also did the cuff bracelet using the memory wire with only 3 strands. I did a bracelet again using the paper beads that I made with some silver spacers. And I used the stretch cord to make that. And I also did some wire wrapping in the other bracelets. I did a bracelet with pearls. I used stretch cord for that. And for the anklet, I used monofilament with 4mm glass beads and some wooden beads. For the necklaces, I did a asymmetrical necklace. I used wooden beads for this also, and some red glass beads. I used monofilament wire. For this one here, well, the slide did not give me trouble, so I used the method suggested by Miss with the bead on top, and I did a cage bead as a pendant. Multi-layered necklace. I tried my best to do it. I didn't have the 3-loop to put it in, so I used a chandelier I made myself. For my final pieces, I chose the resort wear for female 15 plus. I call it Amethyst Island Paradise. I use shells, purple glass beads, 8mm and a 20 gauge wire, silver wire. I use charms and I made my own cloth. I did some wire wrapping also. For the second piece, I did it for a female 18 plus. I call it Elegant Dream. And this has brown and white pearls. I use clear glass beads with gold embellishments, and I also use monofilament wire, 8mm and 12mm beads. A special thanks to Miss Francis and Precious and the Ministry of Sports and Community Development. Thank you for your time and dedication and your wealth of knowledge that you shared. Thank you for teaching me and guiding us throughout this course. It was much appreciated.
Thank you,
And
Mariana.
that is the end of my presentation.
Okay, thank you, Mariana.
You're welcome, Miss.
Next, I think Michelle Russell. Michelle?
Hello.
Michelle Russell?
Yes, miss.
Okay, you're up.
This was a little challenge because my sisters always like to do stuff and then kind of like dare me to better them. And my daughter was like, Mommy, we have something here for you to do. So with that said, I stepped forward to the challenge and, oh, why am I not share? And this is my presentation for, I'm trying to get into, oh my God. Try to show you how to do this thing. I am not good at it. I am not getting my screen to share. Oh my God. Yes, I'm not getting my screen to share.
Okay, Michelle, we are seeing your screen, but we are not seeing what it is you want to get at. So your screen is up.
Yes, but I'm trying to get to.
Okay, relax, relax. And we'll wait on you. Someone is telling you just click on the PowerPoint. So where is your PowerPoint? Let me see if I can see it to help you. Right, there's memos. The big square has your ducts that open. Look, you see, you're getting help, man.
Miss, the thing is, I am not seeing the things. I am not seeing any of them. Oh, God. Not getting them, I'm not getting them at all. I'm getting all kinds of everything but what I want.
Michelle, is there anyone to give you assistance?
I have to call my granddaughter, who was the one who set this whole thing up.
Okay, well, you want to help, let her help you organize and we move on to somebody else and come back to you?
Okay, miss. Thank you.
Okay, before you go, Darcel is saying to go back to your desktop and open your presentation. Is it a desktop or a tablet you're using?
It's a tablet.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Let your granddaughter help you or your daughter, and we'll come back to you. Okay?
Okay, miss, but I need to get out of the screen now to be able to close it off.
You click on stop share.
Stop. There's something. Right. Oh, she's still there. Okay, Michelle, I'm seeing you now. Navita? Navita, are you ready?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so you can go ahead.
Okay. Miss, are you seeing my screen?
Not at the moment, not yet.
Okay.
She isn't.
Are you seeing it there, miss, now?
Yes, I'm seeing your screen.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Navita Jaskaran. I am very much interested in fashion jewelry because I love the different designs and colors put together. I am doing this course for self-development and to gift my family and friends on special occasions. During this course, I have learned to make jump rings, eye pins, ear wire, earrings, bracelets, necklaces, anklets, and hooks using different materials and methods. So these are the main tools that I use in jewelry making: side cutter, the chain nose plier, and the round nose pliers. These are my jump rings. This is my jump ring mandrel that I use to make my jump rings and my air wires. This is my eye pin, my air wire one, which is made with 20 gauge wire, also 20 gauge wire. Another of my air wire. These are my earring hoops. Another earring hoop with an air wire. The double hoop with an air wire. These are my store-bought chandelier earrings. Another earring, it's a linear. My 4-leaf clover earring. My 2-layer earring. Miss, you taught us how to use an eye pin or head pin, but I improvise and I use chain instead. This is my tiger tail teardrop earrings. My paper beads. My tiger tail bracelet. My stretch cord bracelet. My wire wrapping bracelet, ending off with a handmade hook. My Lincoln style bracelet, also ending with my handmade hooks. My 2-strand bracelet, which is made out of pearls and a toggle clasp the end off. Another of my tiger tail bracelet. This is my anklet. My memory wire bracelet, my single and 3-strand. Another of my memory wire bracelet, 3-strand. My wax cord necklace and my cage bead. Another of my Lincoln style bracelet. And these are wax cord necklaces using different ending techniques. My 3-strand necklace using my chandelier findings. And for my final presentation, this is my resort set. It is the Lincoln style, made of bicone beads and ending with handmade hook and air wires. My second piece is a child aged 9 to 13. It is made for my 13-year-old niece who just wrote SEA and passed for her first choice. So this is a great gift for her. It is made using the Lincoln method, which is on my 4-leaf clover. I added a piece of chain to end off the necklace. The earring is made with the same thing, the 4-leaf clover, ending with a pearl. And my hand bead is the same, ending with a lobster clasp. And this is the end of my presentation. I would like to thank Miss Joan Francis, Miss Precious Arnold, Miss Mutu, and the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, and to all my fellow classmates. Thank you all very much.
Okay, thank you, Navita.
You're welcome, Miss.
And before we move on to Navita, can I ask if Michelle, you sorted out yourself? You can just answer me. Turn on your mic and answer me. Okay, so Michelle is still sorting out herself. So we move on to Omati. Omati.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, darling. If you're ready, we can proceed.
I thought it was Oma first, sorry.
Well, I'm not seeing Oma. I'm not seeing Oma, so I've moved on to you.
Yes, Miss.
You ready or you're not?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, good. So let us go ahead.
Are you all seeing my screen?
Yes, we are.
Okay. My name is Omati Janki, and this is my student portfolio for jewelry making, fashion jewelry making class. For first class, we learned about safety and also about the tools that are normally used in jewelry making. These are some of the tools: the round nose pliers, chain nose pliers, side cutter, crimping pliers, and the memory wire cutter. One of the most important tools I found was the memory wire cutter. Nothing can cut memory wire. I've tried. Also important, these are some of the tools used in jewelry making. One important tool that I should have invested in was bead stopper, because I had incidents where my seed beads went flying, and I'm missing 8 right now, and hopefully my toddler doesn't find it. These are the gauges in the wires. Miss also noted one very important point: the higher the gauge number, the thinner the wire. These are some findings and clasp. Different types of beads that we were introduced to by Miss. I didn't realize we had so many types of beads. The second class, Miss showed us how to make eye pins and jump rings using nails. We also made the vertical earrings. In class 3, we learned on how to make a bigger version of a jump ring using the 3/4 inch PVC pipe to make the hoops. We learned to make also our own earring hooks. Also in that class, we learned the teardrop earring using tiger tail and crimp beads. This is an earring assembled using a store-bought chandelier. This is my version of a jhumka using paper. We also, for one of our assignments, making different size of paper beads. It's important to note if you're going to replicate the beads to know the size, because for one, I didn't write down the size of a cylinder. Also using paper, the pillow bead earring and a paper teardrop earring. On the left, we have a stretch handband using the stretch cord. And on the right, we have a monofilament bracelet using monofilament line or the fishing line. This is a 2-strand bracelet using the tiger tail wire. This is my version of a charm bracelet using linked beads. This is the cuff bracelet using the memory wire. The memory wire was a bit difficult for me to maneuver because I did not have the proper tool to cut it. Also, you all remember the noise that Miss Francis spoke about? Every time you clipped, that was a noise I was getting frequently trying to loop the ends. This is a cluster necklace and my version of the asymmetrical. The cage beads, we curve the wire to form almost like an 8, and then it was placed over the beads and expanded. This was great to cover any older beads that you may have. This is a wire wrapping I tried. This is a stone without any holes. This is a handband used making, this is a handband that I made used with the figure 8 links. A multi-strand necklace using these chandeliers to connect it. And our last class, we did the square knot, which is normally used in macrame, but Miss showed us using the paracord. I did not have paracord, so I just used a nylon string to make a beaded macrame handbag. And although it was a little short, not short, it was a very lengthy class. And as you see from some of my notes, it's about 70 pages of notes with pictures and research that I got. I had some pros and cons for me. A pandemic class, I'm one of those that normally stand across the teacher and be like, miss, what you doing there? Miss, what you doing? So I didn't get the close-up view that I normally like in classes. The multitasking was a bit difficult for me because I have a 1-year-old. So some evenings I wanted to message Precious and say, I'm not missing class, I'm just changing a diaper because I was multitasking, holding a baby and trying to watch what Miss was doing. The tools can be a little expensive. The 6-step looper that Miss has, I priced it out in a store in Trinidad. I am sure that the person told me around $300 or $400. Oh, pros, I think I said. Other skills, I learned how to Zoom. I learned how to share a screen, mute and unmute, which was very helpful for my first-year-old in class. Financial independence, learning to make your own jewelry. You could branch out, do things in the sideline. You could also, for gifts, crafting was common for me. Oh, and also the customized gifts. In cases of the paper bead, if you want to make something to your liking, color, whatever, you could use the paper beads. Also, this is where I got the picture for the beads. I'd like to say thank you to Miss Francis and Miss Precious, Ministry of Community Development, for offering this, because last year I was looking out for courses and I don't think they had any. My family for giving me the little time to do the classes, and my classmates for sharing all of their inspiration. And you all were a little family for me in the month of August, because I got COVID and was home alone, quarantined. So it was very isolated. So just a little interaction with a computer and WhatsApp, it was very helpful. So thank you very much. I'm going to show my final pieces. So this piece is for a wedding. It's made with bicones and seed beads. It's joined with The 8 link made a matching handband, and the earrings were made with the tiger tail, gold tail, tiger tail. One thing with this handband is, you know, when you're rushing to get dressed for a wedding, this handband has a magnetic clasp, so it's easy to put on. My second piece is a resort wear. This is a necklace using wooden beads and some silver seed beads, clear seed beads and silver bicones. The earrings, a hoop with a earring hook, and the handband is on a stretchy cord. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Omati. One thing, Omati, there are places that have that 6-step looper for $150. Huh? I could probably, when you email me the your presentation, the work, I will email you exactly where you can get it for $150. Not $300.
Thank you, Miss.
Rachel Sampath.
Hi, good evening, Miss.
Hi, darling. Now, Rachel, I know your voice kind of soft, so you'll have to speak up a bit.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Miss, first time I'm trying this to share my screen, right? So I'm not too sure exactly where I need to go, but I'm going to try. Miss, can you see my screen?
Yes, and Michelle, you will come after Rachel, okay? Okay, Rachel, you can go ahead. I'm seeing your screen.
Okay, thank you. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Rachel Sampath, and this is my introduction to fashion jewelry making for the pieces that I tried. I saw a little bit about myself. I have always been interested in how the jewelry is made, and I started watching lots of YouTube videos, and I really got interested with it when I saw the different things that you can make with the jewelry and with wire and the different findings. So I took the first step and I ordered my tools and my findings, my wires, my beads, and everything from Craft Easy. And then when I saw the online certificate course from the Ministry of Community Development, I wanted to be a part of it right away. So this is one of the first things that I learned. I never knew jump rings could have been so easy to make. And it was really interesting that you can use different things to make the jump rings as well. All right, so you can get the different sizes from them, from various objects, from even from your home. I learned the linking method using these store-bought findings, and it was really interesting to make, like how you can connect the different beads together. This is my attempt at the hoop earrings. I made the air wire from scratch as well. So I tried that as well and incorporated the bead into the air wire. This is one of my chandelier earrings using the figure 8, the double figure 8, and glass bicone beads, as well as the sparkle suncatcher glass beads. I learned about the jumka earrings, and it's really a process with the jumka earrings, but the end result was really nice and I was surprised about it. This is my attempt at the paper bead used from home. So I started the rolling and then I used the water and the glue to get it hard. And to get the shine, I use clear nail polish. So this is my attempt at the pillow beads. I made the air wire as well. I saw one and I saw one online. I wanted to try to make it, so I tried at it. This is it by cutting different sizes of paper to acquire the different shapes. This is the stretch cord bracelet. I've always been interested in this and it's so easy to put on. It's just to put on and go. And I really loved it. This is my bracelet with the lobster clasp. I got a little trouble with the lobster clasp itself, but eventually I got through with it using with the monofilament line. This is my bracelet with the toggle. Unfortunately, in the picture, I forgot the jump rings after I closed it off already. And this is with the tiger tail wire. This is my anklet with the barrel hooks. Using the monofilament line as well. This is my attempt at the wire wrapping bracelet with the linking method, as well as the charms on the bracelet itself. This is the memory wire bracelet. I really enjoyed making this and it's so easy. Although I got some trouble with the memory wire, but the end result was really nice and I was really surprised about it. This is my attempt at the asymmetrical chain. I used pull top beads and then I added an extender to the end of the bead, a chain extender. This is my attempt at the cluster beads. Just like how Miss showed us. I tried to do something different with the hearts going around and it came out okay. This is the pH bead using the selenite stone. Sorry, this is the pH bead, the first pH bead. And the next one is selenite stone. And I tried the wire wrapping of it as well with the sliding nuts. This is my 4-leaf clover and the double figure 8 bracelet. Let's the double figure 8 linking as well
Miss Mutu?
Yeah,
What happened with Rachel?
I have no idea. She's not here anymore. I don't know if she get bumped off.
So that's very strange. Because she gone clear, you know.
All right, let me pause the recording there. Let me see what's going on here.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Right. So this is my attempt at the 4-leaf clover with the double figure 8 bracelets using the linking method, as well as earrings with wire wrapping and linking design. The stones is a sea green 8mm glass bead and acrylic pearls, white acrylic pearls. Right. This is my attempt at the chandelier necklace. It didn't come out how I wanted it to, but I tried at it. And to the end, I used jump rings as extenders for the chain. And this is my attempt at the macrame band. I got a lot of trouble trying to tie the knots, but with practice, I finally got through with it. And I would just like to thank the Ministry of Sports and Community Development, Ms. Francis, Ms. Precious, Ms. Mutu, Ms. Noel, and everyone involved in this online interactive jewelry making class. I really enjoyed my experience and I learned a lot in the past couple of months. So thank you to each and everyone. And let me try to get back to show my piece. Right, so I tried the wedding set. This is my attempt for the wedding set. It is the sea green 8mm glass beads. The chain itself is a 21-inch incorporated with acrylic pearls, the sun catcher sparkle glass beads, 4mm glass bicone beads. I wrapped using the linking method with opposite 8 loops and 4-leaf clovers. The earring, I wire wrapped the beads and the handband, I use a stretch cord bracelet 7 inches. That's with the sea green glass beads, the acrylic pearl, and the gold tone spaces. So I tried a little something at the end using the figure 8 as a chandelier earring. Well, a chandelier drop for the chain itself. And my second piece is a jewelry set for a child, age 10. The bracelet is 6¼ inch. Using the glass beads, and I use some bead caps. I'm not sure if you can see it. All right, use some bead caps with it as well. The chain, I use the barrel hook to close it off. And the earring, I tried a little something with wire wrapping to the bottom of it. And I wanted to do something a little different with it. So this is my 2 sets for my presentation.
thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome.
Okay, calling back Michelle. Michelle, you ready first now? Yes, Michelle, we see in. Michelle? Michelle? Michelle?
Yes, miss.
All right, here what? If you're having problems with your portfolio,
Mm-hmm.
you can come on live with the two projects that you have to make. But you
And
will
can
have to you will have to email me that portfolio.
Okay, miss, because I have it. It's just that I cannot seem to get into the
Okay, so let us see your two projects, please.
yes, miss.
Stop your share. Stop your share. You don't want to see you. Stop your share.
Why is my video not starting? No, I'm not getting the video to start. Oy. Okay. This is my holiday style necklace and earrings with bracelets. It's wooden 10mm beads of earth tone colors. I think it's really pretty to go to any little function at the beach, any little lime. It's on monofilament wire with lobster class. And we have 5mm pearls separating. And my next project is a wedding set. Which is a variation of glass beads on monofilament wire, earrings, bracelet, and the necklace in a variation of colors and styles. And it has toggle hooks on this. And that is my presentation for the exam pieces. I do thank you all for dealing with me because I am not very good with computers. My granddaughter is going to take my hide because she did a whole stuff for it. So, Miss, I would be sending your work in as soon as the class is over. And I do thank you all for all that you've imparted on us because it was a really, really great class. And as that child was saying, what are we going to do with our Tuesday and Thursday afternoons now? Because we look forward to this class, we really did. So, Miss Francis, Miss Arnold, and all the members of the I'm not
the ministry, Michelle.
Yes. I am not good with exams. I am not good with computers. But
Michelle, this is not an exam. And when we finish talk with everybody, I'm going to tell you all something why this was done in particular. Okay, so don't panic. The most important thing is that we got to see a project. I expect you to email now the project and the portfolio to me, and you'll hear why this was done when everything is finished. Okay, so
yes.
Thank you very much, and we'll have to move on to someone else. Okay.
Okay, Miss. Thank you
All
all
right,
ever so
darling.
much for having patience with me.
No problem. Rena, are you there waiting?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so let's go and talk so we can hear. No secrets, please.
Yes, Miss. All right. Right. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
All right. So
afternoon, Rena.
this is my presentation for the past 10 weeks. This is just some of the things that I have learned. All right, so I am a little about myself. I am from Cuba. I am 30 years old. This is my 5th course doing with community development. I am the mother of 2 girls. However, my husband isn't well either, and I do intend to carry on this hobby further as a business, but later on. I am a working mom. I own a fish shop and a mini mart, and I am doing this as a part of a hobby. I have always loved jewelry, and I did get my option to do it, so I took it, right? My girls, they do love necklaces and handbands. They don't really fancy earrings, but I did try at everything that was taught. So here is a little about what it is I have learned for the past 10 weeks. All right, so these is some of the findings that we was taught. These were some of the findings that I did put my hand at. I know some of them look wacko, but we did make it. Right, these are some of the earrings, the chandelier earrings. This was the tiger tail earrings and different types, the hoops. This was a stretchy cord necklace set that I did. This was some of the challenging part that I had throughout this whole entire course. The memory cuff wire didn't really give a much trouble, but I did put my hand at it. The Lincoln method handbands, the paper beads, the wire caging and wire wrapping beads, an anklet. Now I am really small, so it did look small. I am small, so it fit my foot perfect. The sliding knot, I did one single sliding knot because I happened to miss that the work, but I did look back at the video. So this is what I did, one single sliding knot. The macrame handband, oh my Jesus Lord. Now this gave me really a lot of trouble, right? The one on the right, which is the black, that one was made with wax cord. I did not have the paracord wire, but I did put my hand at it. It didn't wrap up or twirl as I was getting the pink and blue one, but it came out nice. For first time, it came out really nice. Right, and a special thank you to Miss Francis and Miss Arnold. You all did a fantastic job. Community development. This was a really nice course that you all put out here for us. My fellow classmates, we did this even though this was a really tough time during this pandemic, finding materials and finance was not hand, right? I too wasn't financially stable, but we all did this together with lots of each other's support. We did this. So thank you to all. And this is my 2 pieces here. So this one is the set for the, now I have an 11-year-old. So this will be a necklace and a handband with the earrings. It is pink with pearls, right? One of her favorite colors, right? It was made with the pearl beads and pink beads. The paper bead was the pendant, and in the middle of the handband was with the linked method and the earrings. And for the second piece, I happen to be a bush girl, right? And now this is a pendant that actually came off a tree, right? Now I really can't say exactly what kind of tree it came off from, but this pendant is a seed of a tree. So my husband kind of loved natural look. So I did go natural all out for him, right? This was the pendant. Now this is just the sliding knot chain. I did a macrame handband for him, and I also did one of the handband with the sliding knot too. So this is my presentation. Thank you all very so much.
Thank you, Rena. So next up we have Regina. Regina, are you ready for us?
Yes, miss.
All right, the floor is yours.
Hi, my name is Regina Johnson. This is my first time in doing jewelry with community development. This is my first time in doing a presentation as well. Right. I get in a little trouble, okay. And well, these are the work that we did during the 10 weeks. We did the jump rings. The jump rings come in different sizes, as well as the eye pins. These are a little of the earrings that we did, different styles of earrings. I did this with the tiger tail, the pearl, and bicone beads, and a store-bought earring hook. This is a glass bead, a square glass bead. I made the kidney earring hooks. This is my double hoop earring. I like making the hoop, the air wire or earring hooks. These are the linear earrings. These are the paper beads. I like making the paper beads. They come in all shapes and sizes. This is my first attempt for the paper beads. It didn't come out so good, but I like making paper beads. This is my linkage. I love making the 8-figure loops, or I should say connectors. And these are with paper beads. I made the hooks as well. This is the S hook and the I hook. This is my figure 8 as well, the linkage, and my cage beads. These earrings, they also made, I did something wrong. I clicked something wrong. Just how I messed. Sorry about that. This is the 8th link that we did. This is my cage beads. This blue bead, cage bead here, I did it for my sister-in-law. We have a funeral to go to on Saturday. So I did this pair for her. She had asked me to do this set for her. As well, these are paper beads. This black, the paper bead, the pillow bead, this black and blue. The stripe, I had cut it a very thin stripe and put it at the end of the paper itself, and then I wrap it. That's why I got this effect. The white bead, this is
Regina, can I just interject here, please? Because the screen for the slide and not chain with wrap pendant is still up while you are explaining the other things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just now, sorry. Something went wrong. Ooh. Okay, let me see. Must you seeing it now? The changing?
I think you've gone back to the paper beads. I'm seeing the paper bead asymmetrical paper bead.
Okay, I think we'll skip a
Don't hustle anything. You right now, let us talk about the paper bead and the pillow bead, the asymmetrical necklace, that sort of thing, and then we move on, okay? Don't stress yourself. Talk about what you have up now.
Okay, well, the asymmetrical, the whole set is made of paper. The earring hook, this is a store-bought earring hook. The colorful paper, I started the first, the purple color, I made it 1 centimeter. I cut it at 1 centimeter, and at the end of the page, I went down to 1 inch. Then the orange, I started with 1 inch and I went down to 1/2 inch, and I continued doing that to get the other colors and this effect. The beads on this side, they are 1/2 inch beads with orange seed beads, are 6 millimeter seed beads, and the rest is pillow beads. This is the effect that I got. And on your right, this is the handband made of pillow beads with the elastic band. This is my jhumka earrings. The white and blue, actually this is made out of a receipt from the grocery, and the red and silver is made out of pulling paper. These are my handbands. These 4 is made out of the elastic stretch cord, elastic or stretch cord. The black and gold, this handband was ordered from a lady, and she don't wear any necklaces. She just wanted a handband and earrings. These are my memory wire bracelets. The purple and white, this is the clip one. Feeling a little nervous. Is made out of glass beads and purple and white, purple and silver beads at the middle. This is the wrap. This is made with pearls and glass beads, purple glass beads. This is the wrap handband. These are the charm bracelets. I tried the double bracelet, and also this is the triple strand bracelet with the charms outside, and these are the purple. This is the wrap that I tried with Cajun beads. These are the sliding knot chains. Actually, the stones are my daughter's stone. She's a stone collector. I tried the sliding knot. and also grappling dependent, well, the stone. This cluster bracelet was very challenging to me. It was like, I tried to make a chain, but I had to take it off about 4 times. So I decided to make a handband. And these are the cluster earrings to go with the band. These are my chandelier and my 4-leaf clover. And the paracord, well, I love this because it reminds me of maypole, what I used to do in school. And thank you very much for everyone. That is the end of my presentation. And I'm going to show you all my pieces. These are my wedding pieces. You all seen it?
Yes, I am.
Right. This is my wedding pieces. I made it with 20 gauge wire, gold 20 gauge wire. This effect, I was thinking about the caging of the beads. So that's, I just said, well, I can make something out of it. The linkage is the S hooks, and also I use little pearls, 2mm pearls. This is my resort wear. Have the earrings, the hoop earrings, the chain. I also have a double bracelet and the anklets. And that is my presentation for today. Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Regina.
You're welcome, Miss.
And then we have Solange. Is Solange here?
Yes, Miss.
All right. Well, Solange.
Go ahead. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
This is my presentation, and I would take you through it, Miss. Let me first please apologize. You may not see everything item by item, but you may see some in sets. So this is a little bit about myself. My name is Solange Doname Janine Frederick Mohammed. I am 39 years of age. I'm the mother of 6, a pastry chef by profession, and a business owner. This is my 6th course with community development, and I must say I was not disappointed. It has met my expectations of what I expected to learn in this class, and I do hope it reflects in my work. So I didn't have all the tools at hand, so I just went onto the internet and I pulled some of the tools as that we would have used in class: the flat nose pliers, the round nose pliers, the side cutter, beads, findings, wire, monofilament line, just to show some of the things that we would have used during class. On our first lesson, we learned to make jump rings and eye pins. So these are my jump rings and eye pins. Then we went on to make earrings. So we had the Lincoln style and the linear style. And I'll just show you a few of my earrings that I made during class. We then went on to the chandelier. So the top one is the 4-leaf clover and the bottom is the store-bought chandelier. These are my hoops. We have the single hoop that was made without the air wire that could just go into the air, a single hoop with air wire, and a double hoop with air wire. These are my paper beads. And I must say, Miss, I love paper beads. You will definitely know that I love paper beads. It will show. But these are some of the paper beads that I made. The silver one was made out of a gift bag. The rest was made out of gift paper. These are my earrings and my jumkas. So the first one was the pink one that I did for class. And then I wanted to do a double jumka. So I did the green and yellow. The rhinestones on the yellow, it was really, really difficult to put on because they're so tiny. This is my teardrop earring and the one that we did with pillow beads in class. These are my memory wire cuffs. The one on top, it's made with pearls. I remember, if Miss could remember clearly, this was not how it was made, and you asked me to redo them to get rid of the spaces. And this is the other design that I came up with. The one on the bottom, well, that was done with a child in mind. That's why I used those colors. These are some of my bracelets. So the blue and black, that one was made with the stringing method on the stretchy cord. And the black and red and white was made with monofilament line. Then I had my charm bracelet that was done with the wire wrapping. The silver was made with the linking method. And then I had two other linking methods that I did, one with the figure 8 and one, I can't remember the name of that hoop, but I like it and I definitely had to make it. This is my anklet with my charm and it is end with a barrel hook. I went on to do my necklace. This is my 3-strand necklace. It was made with a three-hole spacer and shells and beads. This was my try at the cluster necklace. It was made with glass beads and pearls. And this was my asymmetrical. This was done entirely with paper beads and some pearls. I enjoyed making this one. This was the last piece that I did. I'm going to confess, while I was watching everybody's presentation, I realized I didn't have this piece and I just used beads that I had at hand. It was closed off with I think it's a toggle switch, and I embellished it with beads at the end of it. This is my cage bead. I'm supposed to still put this into an earring, but I haven't gotten a chance as yet. And finally, from the last class, our macrame band. Miss, you know this give me hell, but thanks to you, I got it finally. I haven't tried it as yet again, but this is what that final piece looked like. I'm going to go on to show you now some jewelry sets that I did. This one was done doing the 2-strand bracelet. So I decided to do a necklace and earring to match with a cluster at the bottom. This one was done doing the linking method. So I have the earring, the necklace, and the handband to match. This was my wire wrapping. So I did the necklace and the bracelet, wrapping shells and using the sliding knot method to do the necklace, with wax cord. This one was done for my daughter. She chose the flowers here and I did this set for her. It's a child set for 9 to 13. And the flowers, they are made from polymer. They call polymer beads, and they are made, and the rest is done with charms that you would normally find in children sets when they make in jewelry. And this was my link wire chain and bracelet. I can't even remember much of this class, but this is what I came up with on the design that was done. I'm now going to show you my final pieces. Miss, I did do all 4. So these are my final pieces. The first piece is inspired by my sister. She lives in the States. This piece will be leaving Trinidad come November to go to meet her. And she kind of chose her colors and designs that she wanted. So this is my resort wear or beach wear. It's clusters. It's all made of entirely paper beads. I wrapped close to 400 paper beads to finish all my sets. So it's a chandelier earring with a handband and a necklace made with leather cord. And I did the endings that Miss Stewart for the leather cords. My next piece is a men's tribal wear. It's basically for a man who is going into the initiation process of entering into manhood when they do the tribal initiation ceremony. My next piece is for a child 9 to 15. It's similar to the one that I did previously, but this one, the handband is done using the macrame method, locking the beads into the handband. There are clusters on the end, close to the flowers, that makes the pendant. And my final piece, this is for this is an African bridal wear, made entirely with paper beads. Basically, there's some wire wrapping in there. And as you know, with African weddings, they don't go the traditional white. So the brides will wear colorful colors. And this was the piece that I decided to do to portray my bridal wear. I would like to say thank you to the ministry for allowing me the opportunity to do this class, and to our tutor for your knowledge, which you shared with us. Precious, thank you for your dedication and support throughout this journey. I have learned a lot over the past 10 weeks, and I will be working on improving my skills. As with all other classes I have done with the ministry, this will add to the source of income for me and my family. Thank you once again, and good luck to all my classmates in their future endeavor.
Thank you, Solange. I have to call you the paper queen.
Thanks, Miss.
Okay, so now you all will see me. For all of you all who had problems or who was a bit camera shy, how are you all going to sell your work to people? And you have to talk to them. So this was your practice. You was talking to your classmates and you were speaking to me, telling me exactly what you wanted, what you made. Because when somebody comes at your table, they would like stuff. But if you can tell them or give them a little story about it, you know, you quicker sell it. So this was your experience selling you. Now you understand the rationale behind all of this. Normally, community development would have a sales day. Well, we didn't have any sales day. So we had a sort of graduation and a sales day pitch, because you all had to sell me the y'all work and you all had to know what you all were talking about. So that is what, and that is how you feel. That is the feel when you have your table set up, nicely displayed with your necklaces and your bracelets and your earrings. When I come to the table to buy, you must be able to tell me if it's an 8mm bead, and if it's a gemstone, and if it's a rondelle, and if they want one like that. Oh, you mean you want one made with the rondelle and the gemstone together? Something like this? Or I could put together, because people do ask you, look on your table and ask you if you can make certain things. And you must be able to converse with your customer. So this was just a little practice, okay? For this group, you all know the drill by now. You email me your projects. Michelle, you have to email your project and your portfolio because I didn't get to see your portfolio. Well, class, this is it. And I hope that I was able to meet some of your expectations. Always remember that jewelry cannot be hustled. So it is something that is time consuming and you have to keep on practicing. Practice, practice, practice. I totally enjoyed this class and teaching it because it was also a first time experience for me as well. And I don't know if I like it. I think it's half. The online thing. Yes, it's half. I'm accustomed with the face-to-face, you know? So it's half. Face-to-face one way, online the next way. But this is the new normal, so your miss at 64 had to get in with the program. So I have now become an online teacher as well. I have been teaching with the ministry for donkey years, and we will leave it at that. Not only jewelry. I started off at age 21 teaching Makrami. And then I added balloon decorations to my tutoring skills, along with my jewelry skills. So it's been a long while, but I must say, this was a first for me in the online. And what I noticed, and why I say it's half and half, is that I think I reach people better with the paper beads with the online class than with the face-to-face. Not that I didn't have students in the face-to-face that liked the paper beads, but boy, I have created some paper bead lovers here, boy. Ooh, you all blow me down. So, well done. Ms. Mutu, Mr. Samlal has left us, or is he still there with us?
Mr. Samlal is here with us.
Mr. Samlal, I don't know if you want to say a few words, but this is it, you know. This is the ending. And Ms. Mutu, too, you can throw in your 2 cents with.
And there's also Miss Noel, who is with us.
Well, Miss Noel did that already. I don't know if she have anything else to add.
So I want to hear what my colleagues have to say about the program, because they were there 20 weeks with you all.
Okay, all right then. I will start the ball rolling. Thanks very much, Mr. Samlal. And once again, I would like to welcome Mr. Samlal because he have been here for the almost 2 hours today. And, you know, he's our training officer. So welcome and thanks for being part of our closing class today. I would like to thank, firstly, I would like to thank Miss Anne-Marie Noel, my colleague. She supported us, you know, the monitoring officer. She supported us well in this program. And also thank the tutor, Miss Francis, and her assistant, Miss Precious, and all for partnering with the ministry and executing a well-organized and professional, I must say, fashion jewelry making training program for us. The journey had started on Thursday, 5th August, and from day one to present, you all have demonstrated and imparted your skill with great work ethics, and, you know, you taught the trainees them the correct techniques and methods used in pursuing a course like this. And, you know, and most importantly, I must also commend you all for your patience in tolerating some of our hiccups, you know, especially with the LMS. And, you know, it was challenging for all of us because this was the first time our ministry ever did a virtual online training program. And, and it all came about because of the pandemic and all the health protocols associated with it. So I must sincerely thank you and Miss Arnold for, and wish you all the best for this program. And most importantly, this program will not be possible with our trainees. And I have to wish you all a great congratulations on completing your course with us today. And it really is a great day today to see such a wonderful, exhibition and demonstration of your work. It shows a lot of creativity. Yes, we live in this multicultural society, and you all had shown it in all the different use of colors. I mean, it was very much commendable. It has been a 10-week journey, and for most of us, this was probably our first online training, and we know it was really, really challenging for some of us. And I want to take this opportunity to thank each of you for partnering, and participating in our program. And also to encourage you all to use this training as a stepping stone for greater things, whether it be for self-development or even economic benefits. And I must emphasize what my colleague said earlier, Ms. Noel, that, look at the entrepreneurial development, entrepreneurial aspect of the class. And not just see it as just for self-development, but use this new skill that you all have learned and see if you all can get some kind of economic, some kind of revenue out of it, because we know how difficult the country has become. And I know I am seeing a lot of budding artisan in this class. And in closing, like once again, the ministry want to thank Ms. Francis, Ms. Arnold, and all the trainees for participating, for their commitment and dedication. And before I leave, I'd just like to leave with this parting words. And one of my famous or favorite person is Nelson Mandela. And he always said that education is the most powerful weapon which can be used to change the world. And I thank you very, very much for having us, for being part of community development. So, Ms. Francis.
Okay. Ms. Mutu, thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Noel and Mr. Samlal.
Miss Francis?
Yes.
All right. There's nothing that I can't add that Ms. Mutu haven't said, and I think thing is that she spoke, I think, in a way that encompassed whatever I needed just to encourage you all with. So I want to thank Ms. Mutu for capturing the essence of it and expressing the way she did. I just want to ask one simple question, Ms. Francis, to any of your trainees. Watch all of them, all the presentation that I was able to look at. One simple question I have: is it free? Right, and I say this because the fact is that I think, and Ms. Mutu mentioned it, Anne-Marie spoke of it. I want to encourage people, in the next occasion when we're doing presentation, put a price to what you're presenting. Because I think, Ms. Francis, you kind of mentioned something about the sales and when people come to visit your tables and your store. I want to encourage you to start to value your work. Even on these formats and in these forums, value your work so that people see in your work and your creativity and your innovation, right? And they'll know that you value your work. You put a price to what you have created. That is one of the things that I wanted to remind you all. I also want to commend the persons who, Ms. Francis would tell you that I'm one of the persons who prefer to recycle everything. The thing about it is that I was introduced to the concept of upcycling, and I saw a lot of people made a lot of fantastic paper beads and whatever. And I want to encourage you also to think outside the box when you're making your items. Use your paper skills. Use All right. We throw away a lot of paper. We throw away a lot of plastics. We did, right? I recently got one of those things to put my cup on. What do you call it? Forget my sauce. One of those little things to put on my desk to put my cup on while I'm drinking coffee. And a coaster.
A coaster.
And
a coaster.
it took me a little while to realize that somebody actually cut a piece of tile and to put it in. So the thing about it is that there are different ways to express your creativity, but I want to encourage you to look, don't spend a lot of money to buy stuff if you have it, that you could recycle it and upcycle some of the things, right? I mean, you could get a line of beads and upcycle it to make a necklace and stuff. So I want to congratulate all the persons who participated in the class, all the persons who were brave enough to come online and show us their. I saw a lot of beautiful pictures. I commend the effort, and I hope to see you all in the marketplace because Ms. is close to my age. So therefore, right, when we leave, we want to know that the craft is still in good hands. And I think we have to see that songly and bravely out. That there are some young persons, but you know, with a little bit of push and quarrel, they would be on the market with you all. So I want to thank you all and say good afternoon.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Samuel. And I just want to remind the students of the little note that Ms. Mutu would have sent out yesterday concerning about just talking a bit about a 2-minute chat. Just now. Yes, a 2-minute testimonial. You know, what inspired you to do the course and the experience, you know, and what you plan to do with the skills. Basically, so that is food for thought. You all could just email me and I will pass on that information. But then again, Ms. Mutu had said that it can be passed on to the CEP, pressure, CEP.gov.
CEP.info.
Right, yes, so that they can do that. Other than that, email me myself so I can see your work, please. So because, you know, Miss have to write a report, eh? So I need to study and, you know, take it from there. You all can give yourselves a good round of applause. And I'm giving all your permission to turn all your mics on and do it. Well, this is it. So, bye, people.
Bye, Miss.
Bye. Yes, you all can talk to me now.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, Solange.